Welcome back, and our thanks to Megan Niederwerder with Swine Health Information Center for that last session on fending off FMD. This brings us to one of the most highly anticipated sessions of the day, National Hog Farmers 2025 New Product Tour. We have 4 companies joining us to talk for 2 minutes about their latest new products that will help you as hog producers to save money and improve the efficiency of your operation. Following each presentation, we have a panel of pork industry experts that will be joining to ask each contestant about their new product or service. We invite you to also post your questions for the companies in the chat, or if you're tuning in via social media, you can post those there in the comments. In addition to being able to ask your questions of each contestant, you can also vote for your favorite new product or service. You can use the link in the chat there to vote, or come see us at World Pork Expo in our booth and cast your vote there. We'll be announcing the winner in a live stream from Expo on the last day of the show. Our judges today are Dr. Brandy Burton with SUDE and Dr. Lee Johnston with the University of Minnesota. First up, we're going to hear from Jack Lebrecht about Romaine's new technology, SmartWeight. It's an add-on to the smart counting system, and it revolutionizes pig management by measuring weights without physical weighing and without requiring the pigs to stand still. Let's roll that video.
Introducing the SmartWeight add-on for smart counting, a new breakthrough in pig weighing. Weighing pigs today, inefficient, inconsistent, and stressful. Relying on truck scales is far from ideal. Wastes time, as driving pigs to the scale requires planning and fuel, poses a biosecurity risk as it increases contact and unnecessary movement, gives inconsistent results as weather conditions like snow, rain, and mud interfere, becomes costly as fuel, labor, and trucker time quickly add up. Weighing with a scale also has serious drawbacks, slows down farm operations and takes valuable time away from other tasks, requires workers to manually move and handle pigs, a repetitive and exhausting job. Pigs are restrained and moved unnecessarily, which adds stress and affects their well-being. Meet SmartWeight, the smarter, simpler way to weigh pigs. SmartWeight is an AI-powered add-on for the industry-standard smart counting system. As pigs pass under a camera, smart counting displays the live count. In the background, the SmartWeight add-on estimates average weight and uniformity. No manual weighing, no stress for the animals. Once counting is done, the device instantly shows pig numbers and weight data. Results are saved in the app and can be reviewed anytime. A downloadable report is automatically generated, making it easy to share and ensuring full transparency. Let's take a look at why weight data is so valuable. Average weight. It's the mean weight of a group of pigs, offering a quick snapshot of how the group is performing at a specific moment. It reflects the quality of the pigs and the management on the farm, and provides key data when pigs are being moved, supporting production planning, strategic decisions, and marketing. Standard deviation. It shows how uniform the pigs are when they enter a new stage. It helps spot underweight or unthrifty groups, provides instant, objective feedback on sorting and management, and supports smarter planning for feeding and farm operations. The add-on offers all the trusted advantages of the popular smart counting device, including no internet required, as data stays local and secure, works with pigs of all colors, built to withstand tough farm conditions, and it fits any setup, whether stationary or mobile. And with the SmartWeight add-on, you gain access to next-level insights, get average weight and uniformity instantly for piglets weighing 16 pounds and under. It offers half-pound accuracy for groups of over 1,000 animals and can weigh in pounds or kilos depending on your preference. Future versions will support heavier pigs too. SmartWeight by Romaine, the smarter, faster, and more reliable way to weigh pigs.
Awesome. So it's so exciting to see some technologies and what they can all do for us and our producers, especially when it can be better for the pig and better for employees. I guess my question is, if I was to weigh a group of pigs individually and compare that to this camera system, what would be the accuracy I would expect in those two weights, and what differences would I expect?
Yeah, so thank you for the question. Simply put, this technology is not about weighing individual pigs. It's about giving an average weight for a group of pigs. So typically that would be for a shipment of weaned piglets. So if you were, though, to sample, let's say 50 pigs out of 1,000 out of your truckload, typically what you would get is about half a pound, plus minus half a pound difference between your sampling and what Smart Weight would give you.
You answered one of my questions in your video about color. It says it works for all colors. What about pigs with varying color patterns? And if they're not all consistently red or all consistently white, does that matter?
No, not at all. That's also a very good question. But Smart Counting has been around for now 7 years. We launched the product in 2018. And the main challenges at the beginning, one of the main challenges was that the varying color patterns on the pigs. Very very rapidly at the beginning of the life of the product, we managed that. So for the last about 6 years, Smart Counting has been consistently counting pigs very accurately, and the weight algorithms that are running side by side with the Smart Counting system are using basically the same learnings. In terms of artificial intelligence, we talk about learning, so it's using the same base information to do its thing.
Jack Lebrecq, Romaine, thank you so much for sharing your new technology, Smart Weight, with us.
Thank you very much.
Next, we have Gestalt Select Opti, which aims to revolutionize gilt development with precision feeding that adapts to each animal's needs. By blending multiple diets daily using RFID tracking and simple calibration, it ensures seamless growth management and nutrient optimization. Dr. Dalton Obermeyer of Giga Technologies joins us to tell us more.
Thank you. Today I'm happy to present to you guys the Gestalt Select Opti Performance Feeder. This feeder was driven by industry demand and formulated to allow gilt growth management to be carried out efficiently and effectively. It's no question that gilt development has been a hot topic within our industry over the last 6 to 12 months, and fortunately enough, we have a product that is ready to go and commercially tested to tackle that matter. This feeder is capable of recording individual feed intake of up to 15 gilts at a time through a trigger and RFID tag. We've developed proven strategies to minimize cross-contamination from one individual to the next, so you can actually trust the data you're receiving at the end of the day. This feeder has proven to be extremely durable. Compared to other performance feeders, we do not utilize load cells within our feed bowls nor shoulder crate, so maintenance levels have shown to be at a minimum. Additionally, they come with a smaller footprint of less than 6 square feet per feeder, so you can better utilize the space within your GDU. These feeders are also exceptionally versatile. Whether you're a commercial producer, genetic supplier, or researcher, the Select Opti is easy to use and quick to adapt to your farm. This feeder has the capability to supply ad libitum and or control feeding and has feed blending capabilities, so no more phases to target the average of the pen or the barn. Furthermore, these feeders can be used on gilts, boars, and or barrows of a wide age and weight range. These performance feeders are also very cost enticing. Not only will you see some feed savings in the developmental phase of these gilts, but more so over their entire lifespan. We can optimize body weight at herd entry and reduce mature body weight, which allows for feed savings to occur every single day they're gestating throughout their entire lifetime. On top of that, gilts developed on the Select Opti are going to be more uniform at herd entry and last longer once they get there. We calculate with all of this an ROI of less than 1 year. Thank you so much, and we're proud to introduce to you guys the Gestalt Select Opti Performance Feeder used for gilt growth management. Thank you.
Well, Dalton, thanks a lot for that presentation and very interesting technology. One question I had is you talked about ad lib feeding and limit feeding of these gilts. What about limitations in terms of bulking up that diet? If we wanted to feed something with really high fiber, high soy hulls or something like that, are there limitations to where the augers and the system might not deliver feed the way we expect because of bridging or too high, too low a bulk density, those kind of things?
Yeah, so a lot of those issues have kind of been weeded out over the history of our company. Fortunately enough, we're in over 30 different countries across the world, so we're used to dealing with different diets and a wide variety of feed stuff used in those diets. So, back in the day, there might have been some issues, but we've overcame those, and this product is a good testament to that. And like I said, it's been shown to be durable within commercial conditions. Good question. Thank you.
Yeah, I think this is great. I think we have a lot to do for our gilts, and they should definitely be a focus. Thinking logistically on farm, getting that feed to those animals is important. And I saw you had minimal maintenance. It's a pretty durable product. But say you do run into issues, technology tends to be a little daunting for some maintenance guys on farm or maintenance crews. Is it an easy product for those guys to work on? Is there special training, or what does that look like for those farm workers that will have to deal with these things that come up every day?
Yeah. You make some good points on introducing technology into fields that historically haven't had technology in them. And fortunately enough, we have a great supporting role of technicians in all of our countries. And I speak on behalf of the U.S., where the training, entry of that product into the farm, there comes a big training period, and then we can remote in and access these feeders and try to troubleshoot remotely, as well as offer technical support in person too. So these feeders have been pretty commercially tested, and we test them at our own research and production farm up there in Quebec City. So some of those, I would say, basic issues have been fizzled out in the past, but very good question.
Dalton Obermeyer of Giga Technologies, thank you so much for sharing your new technology, Gestal Select Opti. Next, the all-new Agra Alert is a next-generation alarm system that delivers enhanced monitoring across up to 8 zones, powered by advanced connectivity. With remote monitoring, producers can monitor, adjust, and bypass alarm zones from anywhere, reducing unnecessary travel and biosecurity risks. We will now hear from Tom Kane, AP, about the new Agra Alert system.
Thanks, Ann. Appreciate you having me. Have the privilege today to introduce a new family member to our AgriAlert alarm system. It's the AgriAlert Data Gateway. Really, the big push here is moving away from the old style alarms where producers needed to have a phone line, which was often unreliable on site. So we've moved to a 24/7 cloud-based alarm. The biggest feature that the producer is going to enjoy is a strong connection. We use a multi-carrier SIM card with what we call smart carrier mode, which means when you first plug the gateway in, it's going to view every cell carrier that it has access to in your area, and it's going to rate those on signal strength. It'll connect to the strongest signal, and then daily we do a check to make sure we're constantly connected to the strongest carrier. And let's say that's Verizon for your area, and Verizon goes down. Well, we automatically will jump to your second carrier. So you constantly have peace of mind knowing that your alarm is connected at all times. It's also a shift from having to manage your alarms on site. So you have peace of mind anywhere, where you can view your current barn conditions, manage your call tree, change your zone settings, all remotely via cell phone, tablet, or a web-based browser. And that's been a big shift for us. So managing something remotely for customers, it's any time that we can save a trip to the farm, an unnecessary trip to the farm, we want to do that. So being able to remote monitor and manage has been a big help for our customers. For producers that have larger sites that may have more than one barn, we gave them a very easy to use, user-friendly view of all of their sites. So you can see here an example of the web-based where the customer has 4 different sites there. It's color coded, so very similar to what we did with our Edge controller, where green is good, yellow means something's in bypass, and red means there's an active alert. And all active alerts will jump to the very top. So as a user opens their app or opens the web page, that's going to be the first thing that they see. And then once they see that, for larger producers, again, once they select that site, they can break down and see their individual zones. And our goal here is as user-friendly as possible. So at a glance. Green is good. Everything is green. You know, as you're checking into your site, I'm good, and I don't need to go to the site. And we talked a little bit about reliability, but the big thing with the gateway is it's really a true gateway to the barn. So with our data gateway, we're actually able to cascade Wi-Fi from that device to bring other technologies that the user may have on site online as well. So something like a smart controller or even an older style expert controller, we can give that Wi-Fi and bring those older controllers through the Legacy Connect card into the smart controller era, which just helps the customer, save one less bill, not having to have internet on site.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom. It's no surprise that there's been a big push towards remote for a lot of different reasons, biosecurity, personnel, labor, all those good things. So what would be, I guess, a perk of your product or an added value of your product compared to those your competitors in the same kind of space?
I think the big thing is we're using it as a gateway to other technologies. We're cascading Wi-Fi. So we found that a lot of folks don't have internet on site. And some of our competitors, they use their gateway strictly for alarming. Well, our big goal is to get the user data, as much data as they can, as much visibility as they can from their barns. So we want to connect every piece of technology that they have. If they have an edge controller or a smart controller, we want to get them online so this to make their life easier and help them manage that barn. We don't want to keep them out of the barn, obviously. We know there's a lot of value there. But with the current situation in the industry, any trip that you can save to that site that's unnecessary, we want to help the user do that.
Awesome.
So Tom, you mentioned that the producer could query this alarm and kind of get a feel for what's in the barn. Can multiple users query the same site at the same time, or does it get
No, of course.
people
Yep.
off?
Nope. Everybody can see that at the same time. It won't kick somebody off. We're sending all of that data to the cloud, and then we're just presenting it. So multiple users can access that information. And then the farm owner has the ability to set those users up and give access to the site.
Tom Kane, AP, thank you for sharing your new technology with us, Agra Alert System.
Thank you.
Phibro Animal Health Corporation is introducing a more concentrated version of its parasite control product. Prior to the introduction of Bandmint 32, producers were required to feed 20 pounds per ton to achieve the recommended feeding rate of 96 grams of active ingredient per complete feed ton. This has now been reduced to 3 pounds per ton of complete feed. Let's now hear all about it from Dwayne Guggenbiller of Phibro. Let's roll that video.
Hello, this is Dwayne Guggenbiller, veterinarian for Phibro Animal Health, introducing today our new product, Bandmith 32, anthelmintic for swine. Bandmith is approved for many different usages and label indications. 96 grams per ton for continuous use, prevents larval migration and establishment of large roundworm and nodular worm infections. 96 grams per ton for 3 days, also removal and control of large roundworm infections in swine. If you're desiring a 1-day feeding program, an 800 gram per ton level is approved. With that level, and for greater than a 200-pound animal, that equates to 2 grams of active ingredient, active bandmith, per head for that 1 day. That is labeled for removal and control of large roundworms and nodular worm infections in swine. What's new about Bandmith 32? It is the concentration. It is now concentrated at 32 grams of active ingredient per pound of Bandmith 32. To achieve that 96 grams per ton, you only need to add 3 pounds of Bandmith 32 to achieve that 96 grams per ton. To achieve the labeled claim for that 1 day of 800 grams per ton and the 2 grams of active ingredient, that equates to 1 ounce of Bandmith 32 per that 1 day per head. It is a type B product, which means no feed mill license is required. It is efficient, it's convenient, it is very efficacious, and it comes in a convenient package size of 48 pounds. The life cycle, as many of us remember about roundworms, includes that migration to the liver and maybe that adult roundworm that we see sometimes in the feces. So, in general, the goal of any deworming program is to minimize the economic losses associated with roundworms. For sows, we really want to produce a weaned pig that is roundworm free. That's why you would use bandmeth in sows. For grow finish, it can help eliminate liver condemnations at the harvest plant. So again, bandmeth 32, new from Fibro. It's an increased concentration to 32 grams of active ingredient per pound of bandmeth 32, is a type B product, so no feed mill license is required, and it comes in a convenient package size of 48 pounds.
So Dwayne, I appreciate your information here. I assume that going to this really concentrated product doesn't affect palatability of the diet or withdrawal periods, that those all would be the same as what the old product was?
Yep. Thanks, Lee, for the question. Yes, those things are still consistent, good palatability. And as you mentioned, no change in withdrawal time, as in the two products that were available for bandmeth 48, which is a type A, makes a type A feed mill license, or bandmeth 4.8, which does not require a feed mill license.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of already beat me to one of my questions, which is that's a type B product. Because what I see is this being really useful for our niche market pigs. So I think of a lot of my producers that still have some pigs outside as well. A lot of those guys actually grind and mix their own feed at home. With this being an extra concentrated product, are there any handling considerations that they have to have, or anything on that front when choosing this product?
No, this formulation has been really looked at for consistent formulation across all of our species and all of our manufacturers of the product. And soon it should be released in a small tub form. So it may even be applicable to a lot of producers, both on the niche market and the commercial market side.
Dr. Dwayne Guggenbiller of Fibro Animal Health, thank you for joining us today and sharing your new product, bandmeth 32.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap for our 2025 new product tour. Some great new products and innovations for the industry. We want to thank all of our presenters for their time today. For more information, you can visit nationalhogfarmer.com to check out our online gallery of these products with links for more details and to vote for your favorite new product. Voting runs through June 5th, and we will be announcing the winner on that day from our social media pages and website. We'd also like to thank our judges here today, Lee Johnston and Brandy Burton, for joining us again for this new product tour and sharing their insight and expertise with us. Before we wrap up today, a reminder that all Global Hog Industry virtual conference sessions from today can be viewed on demand at any time on National Hog Farmers website. And finally, two things. We hope to see you in just 2 weeks at the 2025 World Pork Expo in Des Moines. Please stop by our booth V633, where we can continue the conversation from today. You can vote for your favorite new product and stay connected by signing up for our newsletters and digital editions. And in the meantime, be sure to check out our new video series at the slat level, where we dig into the dynamics behind the daily operations of pork production. From breeding to grow finish, we take a slat level view with boots on the ground industry experts on the opportunities to improve performance, production, and profitability. Check it out at nationalhogfarmer.com. For National Hog Farmer, I'm Ann Hess.